Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Math Buster by Just B. Today I will be covering the topic factorizing the polynomials usually for grade 9. It usually we do it by two methods. The first one is splitting the middle term and the second one is using the factor theorem. Now this is something which we'll do in the next video. So today I will be focusing on splitting the middle term method. Now this method is very useful when we are dealing with quadratic polynomials. Quadratic polynomials are the polynomials with degree 2. That is a polynomial of this type. A polynomial of this type. Now since the method says it is splitting the middle term, so obviously this middle term here is very important. We begin with this middle term b. Now what we will be doing, we will be finding two numbers, say p and q. What these number will do, how we have to find these number, we'll find these number such that sum of these two numbers is our middle term b, and product of these two numbers gives us product of a and c, that is coefficient of x square and the constant. So I'm again repeating, we will be finding two numbers p and q such that p plus q should give us this number and p into q should give us product of a and c. So we always begin the polynomial, the factorizing of the polynomial by this b and ac quantities. So let's see an example. So here's an example. Suppose we have to factorize this polynomial 3x square plus 13x plus 4. What we'll do is, this here is our coefficient of x square, that is a. This 13 here is our b and this 4 is c. If we compare it to this form, ax square plus bx plus c. So what we'll do is, we'll write a into c, which is 3 into 4, 12, and b, which is 13. So now we have to find two numbers p and q. We have to find two numbers p and q. What these two numbers should do? P plus q should give us b, which is 13, and p into q should give us a into c, which is 12. Okay, now how to start? First thing is, we should always start with this p into q, this 12. That is our a into c, the coefficient of x square multiplied by the constant term. We should always begin with this a into c. Now this 12 we have to write in the form p into q. Let's see what are the factors of 12, how 12 can be written. 1 into 12 gives us 12, and we can't ignore the negative terms here, so we have to include negative terms also. If 1 into 12 gives us 12, then also minus 1 into minus 12 gives us 12. This minus minus cancels out and we get 12. So if we are taking the positive numbers, we should consider the negative numbers also. We can't miss these. So 1 into 12 is 12, minus 1 into minus 12 is 12. Second, we get 2 into 6 is 12, and minus 2 into minus 6 gives us 12. Next, 3 into 4 is 12, minus 3 into minus 4 is 12. Nothing more such combination of 12. Nothing more such combination of P into Q. 12 can be written as product of these numbers only. So if 12 is P into Q, then P and Q can be from these only. These are the only possible combinations of P and Q. Now from these, which P and Q to choose? Now this comes into picture. P plus Q is equal to 13. This can be PQ, this can be PQ, or this can be PQ. Now which P and Q to select depends on this. Now P plus Q should give us 13. Obviously this here 4 plus 3 or minus 4 plus 3 will not give us 13. It will give us this 7 or minus 7. Here 6 and 2 will give us 8 or minus 8. So these two are the possible options. So 1 plus 12 gives us 13, and the second possibility, minus 1 plus minus 12 gives us minus 13. So this is also gone. Now this is the only possibility. So our P and Q are 1 and 12. Either one you can take P or Q. So that's how we find the number P and Q. Now how to proceed? Once we have found the numbers P and Q in the polynomial, which was 3x square plus 13x plus 4. In this polynomial, we write this 13 as P plus Q, which is 1 plus 12. So this is 3x square plus 13x is 1x plus 12x. So this is what we mean by splitting the middle term. We have taken this middle term 13x and have split it into two terms. Now we have this 3x square plus x plus 12x plus 4. Now simply take the terms which are common from first two and then from last two. So here only x is common, 3x is left, here 1 is left. From last two terms 4 is common, so we are left with 3x plus 1. Now always make sure that you get these two as same, always. So this is, if we take 3x plus 1 common, we are left with x plus 4. So this is what we have done. The final thing, we have factorized the polynomial 3x square plus 13x plus 4 into product of two polynomials, 3x plus 1, x plus 4. Now this polynomial here involved all the positives, no negative. So we'll see one example which has one minus also, so you know how to deal with that. So let's take another example. 6x square minus 7x minus 3. Here we have two negative coefficients of x and the constant. Now how to begin in this? The process is same. Here our a is the coefficient of x square 6, b is minus 7 and c is minus 3. Now what to do? The same procedure, we have to find P and Q, two numbers, which gives us P plus Q as B, which is minus 7, and P into Q should be A into C, which is 6 into minus 3 minus 18. Same thing, we begin with P into Q equal to minus 18, so we write minus. Now keep in mind one thing, when you multiply two numbers, if you are multiplying a plus and a plus, the answer is plus. if you multiply minus and a minus, minus minus cancel out, we are left with plus. If we are multiplying a plus and a minus, the answer is minus. If we are multiplying minus and a plus, the answer is minus. So if we have to multiply two numbers and get minus 18, one number has to be plus and one number has to be minus. It can be plus or minus or plus, like this. Minus 18 is minus 1 into 18 or 1 into minus 18. If both of them are positive, we will not get minus 18, we will get 18. If both of them are negative, then also negative will cancel, we will get 18. So to get minus 18, one should be negative. Next option is minus 18 is 2 into minus 9, or minus 18 is minus 2 into 9. Next possibility, minus 18 is 3 into minus 6, 6 is 18, or minus 3 into 6. No other option. These are the only possibilities. So out of these 6, we have our P and Q. Now how to decide our P and Q? Then this coming picture, we have to decide our P and Q in such a manner that after adding we get minus 7. Now let's keep on eliminating the possibilities. Adding this 3 and minus 6, we get minus 3. So not an option, not an option. 18 and minus 1 or minus 18 and 1, we get 17 or minus 17. This is also not an option. So our P and Q is from P and Q values are from these two numbers, 2 or minus 9 or minus 2 or 9. Let's see which one. Now we have to see P plus Q. 2 plus minus 9, P and Q gives us plus and minus is minus, sign of the bigger term, minus 7, minus 2 plus 9, this option gives us plus minus minus, sign of the bigger term, 7. So we need minus 7 here. This is also eliminated. So we are left with this. R, P and Q are 2 and minus 9. So again in the polynomial, we have to replace whole of this middle term by these two terms, plus 2x minus 9x minus 3. Take the common terms from first two, common terms from last two. 6x squared, 2x. So 2 and x we can take out. 2 is already out, we are left with 3. 3x plus 2x is out, 1. In these two terms, we take minus 3 common, we are left with minus 3x, because minus is taken common, plus 1. So again this and this are same terms. These two are same. So we are left with 3x plus 1 is out, common, we are left with 2x minus 3. So here we have factorized the polynomial 6x square minus 7x minus 3 as product of these two. This was the splitting of middle term method, and the next method we'll do in next video. Hopefully this video will help you, and if you really think this video has helped and you like the video, so please subscribe to my channel and like